Hi, crafty friends. Irene here with Artemis Made. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a very special day because we are celebrating today. Yes, we are celebrating the 6th anniversary or craftiversary or birthiversary of Craft Roulette, the most beloved card making game show on the interwebs. And yes, I'm biased. All right, so today we are going to be playing with parameters from episode number 310. That is literally 310 episodes of Craft Roulette. It's wild and just huge congratulations. So, as you can see here, the project for the week was a trifold card, which many interpreted as essentially meaning three panels, or at least having two or three folds in it, essentially. The colors were vegetable garden, the element was nursery, which could be baby nursery, it could be plant nursery, all kinds of different interpretations. And then the random was star, stars, or starry. Okay, so let's give you a quick preview of the card that I made. It is using one of the adorable gnome stamp and die sets from Trinity Stamps, who is a Craft Roulette spin sponsor and a good friend to Craft Roulette. I love this stamp and die set. I know not everyone is all about the gnomes, but how can you not look at this and just have to have it for your stash? Cutest darn thing ever. All right, so let's crack on, friends. We're going to get started here by stamping down our images, and I am using my Misty Stamp tool to make sure that I can get it stamped in nice and dark. And then also, because I want to make sure that I can do all the stamps at once. I'm all about the time-saving techniques. So for this one, I like to do all four stamps at once. And you notice I left some room around the stamps so that I could make sure to have plenty of space to do my die cutting because I also like to die cut all at once if I can. All right, look at these. Oh my goodness, I can't even stand how cute they are. I can't even pick a favorite, honestly. Although I am partial to the little baby bums because the baby bums are so cute, but I can't even pick a favorite. All right, so we're going to do some speed coloring now. We're going to just power on through all the coloring because it takes me a while. I'm not a master colorist, so it does definitely take me some time. So I figured I'd speed this part up. And while we just kind of watch me speed through some coloring, I thought I would tell you a little bit more about Craft Roulette. So again, it's Craft Roulette's 6th anniversary, 6th birthiversary, craftiversary, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so glad that Craft Roulette exists. It is the ultimate original paper crafting card making game show challenge that was started on March 13th, 2020, when the world was shutting down, but Craft Roulette was starting up. And it is hosted by the one and only Mary Gunn Fun, our intrepid host, and her son, who also happens to be Mr. Producer, Stephen Gunn. So the two of them are just powerhouses in the craft world, and they just bring us something so unique and just endearing and just the most amazing crafty experience between the community and the culture and the creativity and the inspiration and the fun and just the sense of belonging and togetherness that Craft Roulette exudes. It is unlike any other show anywhere. And I may be a little bit biased, okay, a lot of bit biased, but it is hands down my favorite card making game show. It is just the absolute best. And I'm so happy to congratulate both Mary and Steven and the entire Craft Roulette community on 6 years. And I hope that there are so many more. Okay, so we are jumping ahead here. The images are already colored and die cut, and I have folded my panel, my trifold card base, and I've adhered some pattern paper. Now, I would give you measurements, but really, I don't tend to do measurements very well, as you'll see in a minute here. For my cutouts, I just kind of grabbed a circle die and I just kind of eyeballed it. That tends to be what I do. So I use my Hero Arts Infinity dies and I just kind of placed my little gnomes where I thought that they would look really cute. And I just wanted it to kind of peek through to the inside of the card. Now, this is not something I've done quite like this before. I have done peekaboo cards where you can see the inside, but not with like a double or trifold panel, I should say, where you have double cutouts and then you can see all the way into the card, like down into it and through multiple levels. So I die cut out my first circle And now you can see the pattern paper through it, which I thought was a nice touch because it rings the little gnome very, very sweetly. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, where now on my inner panel, I am going to cut out a ring from the bottom. So essentially what I'm doing here is layering my gnomes in such a way that you can see each layer reveals a new gnome. So on the front panel, I'm going to have my little floral gnome, and then my little green hat gnome is going to be technically adhered to the inside of the card. I should say, I'm sorry, my little red hat gnome is going to be adhered to the inside of the card, but visible from the outside. So off screen, I had went ahead and stamped out a couple of the sentiments and die cut them, and then I added some foam tape to the back of my focal point here, and I'm going to just stick it down on the front of my card. And in the middle, between the two babies, I'm putting a sweet little Hello Baby die cut that is bubble cut in the unique Trinity style, which everybody really loves, including myself. All right, so then I went ahead and put some foam tape on the back of my little red hat gnome, and I am going to stick that one down on the interior of my circle. Now, you want to make sure whenever you are putting down your baby inside of the circle that you are giving yourself enough clearance if you are using foam tape, because you want to make sure you can open and close it without it catching on the gnome. I have done something similar before where my foam tape was too tall and the image was too close to the cutout, and it just kept catching. So you just kind of want to keep an eye on that and make sure that the proportions work so that you can still open your card. All right, now moving on, I took my little sleepy gnome here and the other one with the little green hat and the little passy. And this is how I originally intended to do the card. And somewhere along the way, it got lost in translation in my brain. And I decided to flip flop the two gnomes on the bottom there. I'm not sure why I did that, but that's what ended up happening. My original thought was not to do that though, because the pattern paper on my middle panel actually has suns on it. So I thought with all the suns, it maybe didn't quite make sense that my little gnome would be going to sleep because he's a sleepy gnome. But you know what? I covered it with the white panel so I can write on the card. So it doesn't really matter, honestly. And I do still like having my little sleepy gnome peeking through. And then I went ahead and grabbed my other sentiment die cut, and I thought I would put it on the inside of the card. So I've got Hello Baby on the outside and then congratulations on the inside. Now, this is my little trick for how I can make sure that I get the die cut, I should say the die cut, the gnome, exactly where I want him to go without um, messing up exactly where he's located. So I just put him where I wanted him, covered that section with the mint tape, and I made sure that it was adhered to the gnome, opened it carefully, put glue on the back, closed it carefully again, and he was exactly where I needed him to go. So just a little tip on how you can get your alignment covered there whenever you are trying to do this technique. All right, so then I've got my little congratulations glued down, and it's just I can't help but smile at these little babies. I genuinely think that even if somebody is not necessarily a gnome person, just the babies are so cute. I mean, they're just so sweet. So okay, anyway, I keep getting distracted by how cute they are. All right, so I am grabbing my white gel pen here, and I am adding some white highlights because I forgot to do that before gluing things down. So I went ahead and added it to the inside and then to this little green hatted Nomi. And I'm going to stick that one down as well now that I've got my white highlights on there. So on the inside, the congratulations die, the green gnome and the blue gnome, those are just glued flat. There is no foam tape or anything like that. I did not double up the die cuts or anything. I tried to keep them as flat as possible so that they don't add even more bulk to the card. Because technically with a tri-panel card like this, a trifold card, there is a little bit of bulk. Okay, so I'm adding some more white highlights to the gnomes that are going to appear on the outside. So that's my little red one, and then my little girly gnome here on the bottom. Now, this card is going to be for a family member who just had a baby, and I have been wanting to make a special card for her, and I thought that this would be a good one. Now, I don't know. Am I predicting maybe she's going to end up with four babies because I have four gnomes? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But either way, this is for her, and I know that she will love it. So I decided to kind of look at my card as a whole and see how I feel about it. You can see the trifold there very clearly. It's a brochure style. And I'm gonna grab my stamp for the back of the card. That is an easy way to let everybody know that I made this particular card. And I was kind of looking at it and deciding, is it done? Are we finished here? And then I realized I'm missing a couple of key things. One thing I always try to avoid is having floating elements on my projects. Now, on the front, he's not floating at the top there because he's got the circle around him. But when you open that first panel, my little red gnome there is kind of floating. So unless he's got a balloon, I don't think he should be up there without any kind of grounding layer. So I went ahead and grabbed one of the warm gray Copics that I used for all of the diapers, and I gave him just a little bit of ground to sit on. And that's a really easy way to help ground your elements so that they don't look like they are floating. Now, the second thing I needed, which is what I just showed you there, I can't have a Trinity card without Trinity sparkle spots. So in this case, I grabbed gold sparkle stars, and that completes the last of my parameters, the star, stars, or starry. I did also have stars on my little gnome's hat, but I went ahead and just put stars everywhere because why not? It is very sparkly and it adds just that little bit of extra layer of fun and pizzazz. So here we go. This is my card, friends. I hope you like it. I had fun making it. I was so happy to celebrate Craft Roulette's 310th episode, 6th anniversary. It was just so wonderful. And just a fun fact, I keep telling everyone this, so you probably already know it, but I love my random claim to fame is that my birthday is also Craft Roulette's birthday. So I really love that I share that with my favorite show. So, all right, friends, thank you so much. I hope you had fun. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you hop along to the next stop on our hop. Thanks, friends. Bye.